Hey folks, Dr. Gerstmar from Aspire Natural Health. Hope you're having a terrific day. I wanted to share with you my experience over the last couple of days, and it's on a very simple but incredibly profound healing technique that almost everyone overlooks. Sound interesting? I thought so too. Ready to hear about it? Let's go. So, this incredibly profound healing technique, what if I told you it was essentially free and you already had it in your house? Getting even better, isn't it? Ready for the bad news? It's called sleeping. And many of us just clearly do not do it enough. And I am one of those people. Now, recently, I grabbed the audiobook Why We Sleep by Dr. Matthew Walker, who is a sleep scientist. Now, the book is a little bit technical. He goes into REM sleep and non-REM sleep, and he kind of dwells in quite a bit. And so if you are pretty well educated and understand some of the scientific lingo and medical terms, then it is definitely a worthwhile book to pick up. If that's not kind of where you're at, then I'm afraid the way it's written, a lot of it could go over your head. I mean, let's summarize the basic idea of the book, and it's this. Sleep is really, 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 really important. We talk a lot about food and exercise and a lot of these other issues that are going on, and they are all important too. But as a society, we dramatically undervalue the importance of sleep. As I like to call sleep, it is the rest and restore time. Now, in the book, much evidence is brought to bear that shows that sleeping less than 7 hours a night leads to problems, leads to physical problems, leads to mental problems, just bad all around. And of course, the lower that quantity of sleep gets, the more severe the problems are. So it seems for most people, 7 hours is kind of the threshold where we start to see negative consequences, and then below 6 it gets worse, and then down around 4 it starts to get really bad. And so the simple idea here that we've seen happen many times for people is sleep tends to get short shift, and it's totally understandable. Listen, I personally deal with this too. I mean, you've got work, and then if you've got kids, and then you've got your stuff in your life, like, just all the routine day-to-day things, then especially now if you're taking more time to try to cook well and exercise and do some of these other health habits, boy, the hours in the day start getting pretty darn short, don't they? And the common advice out there is just, skimp on sleep a little bit to work and get ahead. And for a lot of people I know, including myself, by the time you've taken care of your job and your life and your kids, you want a little bit of time to yourself, whether that's reading a book or watching a show or just doing a hobby or something. And it's sort of like, where does that time come from? Now, most of us, we say, well, we'll just take it from sleep, carve off, half an hour here, hour or two there, and enjoy that time. What this tells us, unfortunately, and I wish there were better news, is there are real significant costs to it. So the little experiment I did the last couple of days after kind of reading this and realizing that I was short sleeping was the last few days I really focused on getting more than 7.5 hours of sleep. I really aimed for 8 hours of sleep the past few days. It was very interesting when I woke up this morning. First of all, I woke up a few minutes before my alarm clock went off, which is not typical. And secondly, I noticed that I had my energy and sort of my mental state were much calmer and more stable. My mood was calmer and more stable, and my energy felt good. I didn't feel like I needed to reach for a cup of coffee or any caffeine or anything else this morning to kind of push me forward and get going. And it just goes to show what even a few nights of good sleep can do for you. So we've been kind of talking here about mental state and energy, which is something we all want, right? Good energy and good mental functioning to get through our days. But of course, when someone's dealing with digestive issues or autoimmunity, we also see that sleep is critical. One of the factors that we often see is holding people back. So they're not getting the results that they expect or think they should be getting from changes they've made to their diet or their lifestyle or supplements or meds or anything else that they're doing to improve things. One of the reasons, very common, is not getting enough sleep. So something to check out and think about in your own life, whether you're dealing with digestive issues and autoimmunity, or whether you just want more energy and better brain function. One critical key that we all have to work on and balance in our lives is getting enough quality sleep at night. So if you are routinely or semi-regularly sleeping less than 7 hours a night, really something we need to think about. I'm going to leave you with one key that has worked for many people, and that is simply to set a going to bed alarm. Almost all of us set a get up in the day alarm to wake us up, but very, very, very few of us set a it's time to go to bed alarm. And many people have found that setting it helps remind them they need to start winding down and get ready for bed, because otherwise distractions galore, screens and everything else often leave people, they glance up and go, whoa, I had no idea what time it was. And so the going to bed alarm can solve that one. All right, folks, that is it for me today. The good news is you have an incredible healing tool at your disposal. It is yours, it is free, and you can take advantage of it. The bad news is it's challenging. It's straight up challenging to make the time to sleep enough when we already lead overpacked lives. So this really is one where do the best you can and recognize how much this truly is impacting you. All right, folks, that is it for me today. Listen, we've covered one of the foundational health topics, which is sleep. Would you like to learn the other foundational health topics? If so, you can find them all in my book, The Clear Path to Health. It is a bestseller. I'm immensely proud of it, and I'd like to offer it to you. All you need to do is go to www.aspirenaturalhealth.com/book. That's aspirenaturalhealth.com/book, aspirenaturalhealth.com/book, and you can grab it. Inside, I've distilled more than 10 years of experience down to the principles that keep you healthy and the principles that make you sick. So sleep is one of those principles we've been talking about today. We've heard from many people. Reading the book has helped to clear the confusion. It's helped them to understand the things that they need to be doing to get healthy and to avoid getting sick. And all you need to do, go now to aspirenaturalhealth.com/book and pick it up today. All right, folks, that is it for me today. Until next time, take care.